All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. What a day. Holy smokes. I got so much to go through, and not just like a lot, but big stuff. Big stuff. So if you've been in a bubble, you didn't notice, we had our first major Epstein arrest today. And yes, it was in the UK. What can't we do it in America? That's what I keep hearing everybody saying. Oh my God, come on. Get over yourselves. This is the beginning of something huge. It just is. We're talking the first royal family person arrested in centuries. That's right. It's epic to have somebody from the royal family, the monarchy, arrested, Prince Andrew, today. So it's starting, things are starting, and then we got to talk about aliens, which I never want to talk about aliens. It's not interesting to me, except for the fact that Trump just put this out there. So we're going to cover that. Got some Les Wexner stuff, his deposition. So definitely some Epstein files updates. And of course, got to call out some of the frauds because we've been seeing more frauds, folks. The frauds, the influencer, the fake influencers cannot help themselves, man. They're just coming out in droves. So many rode the MAGA movement, and now it's just left and right, just popping off. We can't unsee it. You guys are frauds, so we're going to go through it. We got to call them out because we cannot let these people have anything to stand on. So what's going on? It's good to see you guys. I'm going to call out to the chat, say hey to everybody, and we're going to get right into it. Action-packed show tonight. Also, hey, yeah, I'm a little early. So, you guys can give me props for making it early for once. Say hey, say good job. It's okay. I'm watching the chat. If you want to be nice to me. Before we get started, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you so much. I see Rumble. We're getting in the viewers on Rumble. It must be because tonight's we got to talk about Q stuff. So of course that brings in the Rumble people. Welcome. I hope you guys follow the channel. If you like Q, you'll like this channel. So I'll put it that way. YouTube, as usual, doing well. Love seeing you guys. And X is dead tonight, but that's okay. I think something's going on with their algorithm. And if you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, as always, hit up the chat. I love to engage. I love, to go back and forth with you guys as much as I can without it killing the show momentum. So what's up, guys? Let's say, hey, Cast Sync numero uno tonight. What's up? Big guy over there. Alice Fordham, Z Grooms, Nick Majors, Toe Cramp. I knew you'd be here tonight, brother. Kim Wiley, Frank Anastasio, US1, the one, what to do, brother? Just Mike, what's going on? CA Human, Pat M, MK Thaller, Vince Felice, what's up, brother? Sitla Henry, take me to your leader. Mike Mishler is on here. He finally made it. Daver, what's going on? Miname 66, eyes is eyes. Indiana. What the heck? Indiana Bears. What are you talking about, Vince? They did release Andrew already, but listen, he's on bail. Okay. It's not like he's released. So what did you expect? He's royalty. It wasn't like they were going to lock him up for 30 years right now. The only way that ever happens is if you're like a violent criminal or a terrorist. So good luck, but it's still starting. What's up, Kiss Off? Good to see you in the Chizette. All right, guys. Glad to see you all. You guys ready for a happy night? First, before we get into all the crazy stuff tonight, Michael Boyle says on before 9:30. Hallelujah. I hear you. Michael David, what's going on? Let's start with something happy. U.S. women beat Canada for the gold tonight in overtime, came back. There's few things in sports more satisfying than beating Canada in hockey. I'm just going to say it. And I'm not even a big hockey fan. But there's few things in sports more satisfying than our country whooping on our wintry cousins, because they're smug up there. They just, they're a little smug. They're a little smug. So I wanted to share that. What good news. Now what I've been hearing is the men's team is like the super team. So that's the one that's going to be tough. That's going to be the hard one. But, you know, it can happen, friends. It can happen. We gotta, you know, Miracle on Ice 2.0, America, year 250. Can we do it? Huh? We'll see. We'll see. Are the Bears officially moving to Indiana? What? Hold on. I got real news to report here. I got aliens. I got the first arrest from Epstein, but you're telling me the Bears are moving to Indiana? Shut the front door. What? Is that for real? I knew the Seahawks were for sale, but the Bears? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I know this isn't what you guys came here for, but I have to take 1 minute and confirm this because this is insane. Shut up. It's official? What? Oh my God. Wow. They found out a way to make Illinois suck even more. That's crazy. Maybe you said something, Mike, but I didn't know. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, in nicer news, America beat Canada. Okay. I got one more thing to share before we get into the fun stuff. I know you guys are waiting for it. Okay. But it's this. So I did a video a couple nights ago, and I was talking about the BRICS nation. BRICS is falling apart because Russia's fallen to the dollar and are accepting the dollar back. This is going to kill BRICS. I posted that video. I got demolished for it. People were like, "Oh, BRICS ain't going nowhere, you retard. Oh, you, this dumb guy here on YouTube, you stupid podcaster." Well, now Peter St. Ong, who is one of the absolute best economists in the world, especially when it comes to content making economists, is saying the same thing. So I just wanted to show you guys that the world is changing, folks. There's no time for blackpilling. There's no time for dooming everybody for years, freaking out about the BRICS, and it's just, it's gone. Thank you, Trump. Thank you for building back up with Putin. There's so much going on behind the scenes that just all this stuff that was so much fear porn, I should say, clickbait, fear porn, going on forever. It's just not happening. There's no BRICS alternative. America is the sovereign nation. We are the superpower. We're breaking up the EU. We're killing the globalists, destroying City of London, exposing the cabal, and actually going to ally with Russia. I'm telling you, it's coming. Putin's in on it, and China's just going to be China over there. And not gonna. We don't have to worry about it. It's all going to plan. It's all part of the plan, and it's happening as we speak. This is why Trump is overseas so much, because this stuff has to happen in order for it to get better here. He's resetting the entire world order, and people are over here just sucking their thumbs, dooming about dumb crap. No redactions. I mean, listen, you watch this show, you guys know the breakdown, you know the truth about all that. We've broken it down. I'm not going there. I did have some idiot write me tonight and be like, "Man, if you don't think Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna are the good guys, you're gone, bro. You're gone. What are you, pedo defender?" These people, man. These people. So stupid. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. You guys waited long enough. You let me do a long intro. All right. They arrested Prince Andrew on his birthday. Oh, no freaking way. And you know what's even spicier, more fun about that? I mean, first of all, what are the odds? What are the flipping odds? This is a signal. This is absolutely a signal. They don't do this stuff on accident. Arresting the man on his birthday. You know what birthday it is? His 66th birthday. 1960, 66, 666. Huh. If that's not a symbol for you, I don't know what is. But it's not the symbol a lot of people would think it is, because a lot of people will see 666 and be like, oh my God, the end times are here. I know I grew up evangelical, heard it my whole life. I've lived through 12 apocalypses. Love Jesus, man. Just don't buy into that noise anymore. But the 666, this is a shot to them. That's their symbolism. And they want us to be afraid. And so what we did is perverted, shoved it, turned it around on them and said, oh yeah, what do you think about that? That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I am, because I don't believe in coincidences. There are none. Okay. That we just don't do coincidences around here. And so wild stuff. But Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew, because they stripped him of his title, arrested in UK on suspicion of misconduct in public office. You don't say. Just say arrested in UK for being a pedo. This guy is so disgusting, and it's so I don't like going into the details of all this stuff, so I usually shy away from it. But this guy is about as crooked, gross as it gets. I would say he's probably up there with like the John Podestas. All right. And hopefully we see that before too long. And before everybody says like, oh man, Trump isn't arresting anybody here. Well, let's just take you back to who alerted us to Prince Andrew before he was even president.
You raised the question of Jeffrey Epstein in your remarks about in the Q&A.
Well, I think he's got a problem. I mean,
what do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you.
Boom. Ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. Almost a year before he declared for president. I mean, come on. Are you serious? Like, people who say Trump is covering it up are so stupid. I'm sorry. I have to say it, and I got to be mean, because there's no way to be nice about it. If you think Trump is covering this up, you are a moron. He is the reason this all started. And yeah, okay, you might be able to point to some obscure person on the internet who knew ahead of time and nobody was listening to them. Fine. You get like, some people are going to be like, Alex Jones knew. Oh, did he? Alex Jones, who's out there dooming right now about Trump, who's been throwing off major psyops to hurt Trump, and especially in the last few months. It's getting worse over there, by the way. InfoWars is getting worse by the day. Just like every other influencer who's exposing themselves is getting worse by the day. Why? Because it's heating up. All it takes is 10 minutes of research to find out that Trump is the reason we have all of this. 2015. Hadn't even declared running for president yet. Wouldn't be president for another 22 months. Calling out Prince Andrew, talking about the cesspool of Epstein. Go back even further. We've done it all. Okay. Working with the lawyers, kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. We all know the story by now if you're watching this show. And if you haven't been watching this show, go back. I don't have time to go back through it all. We have the records. We have the receipts. Trump is the only reason this happens. Calling out Epstein, 3.5 years later, catches Epstein. A year later, indicts Ghislaine Maxwell, who's then caught on Biden's watch but Trump started it. And then everything's quiet for 4 years. They thought they were done. They thought they were going to get Trump. By the way, they never used the Epstein files because they couldn't on him. Thought it was all going to go by him. They thought they would steal the next election, get Kamala in. They thought they were either going to kill Trump or lock him up for good. Couldn't do it. Why? Because God's hand is on him. God's hand is on this man. Whether you like it or not, whether you like him or not, you can't debate it. God's hand's on this man. He's survived more than any other 10 humans in his position, in a place of power. It is what it is. He started it. Today, the arrest somebody made an excellent point the other day. And the excellent point was that have you noticed that with all this Epstein stuff's going on, all this dooming, all this blackpilling, all this cover up, it's a big old cover up, guys. Trump's obviously, he's covering it up. What are they doing? Pam Bondi, what all the mugheads are saying. While all that's going on, you know what Trump's not doing? Trump's not calling a press conference to change the narrative. He's not posting time and time again on Truth Social trying to change it, coming out everybody's lies. He's not trying to convince us. Why? You don't need to convince people when you're extremely confident in what you're doing. Trump posts all the time. He calls stuff out all the time. You don't think that if he was worried about this narrative, about the poll numbers, you don't think if he was worried about that, we wouldn't be seeing post after post after post to reset the narrative? He's got the biggest bully pulpit in the world. Incredibly silent. He's not out there as Mark Mitchell and Rich Barris freaking out every day on X about how Trump's failing. He's not out there trying to correct Robert Barnes saying his retard stuff. He's not out there trying to correct Alex Jones. All these people who are supposed to be on our side trying to tell Trump how to do things. He's not trying to correct him. Interesting. Isn't that interesting? I would say so. I definitely think so. They're scared. Andrew, since 2015, we knew. Those of us paying attention have known. It's coming home, guys. It's coming home to roost. He holds, just like he said to Zelensky, you have no cards. You don't hold any cards. That's a terrible Trump. I'm sorry. I just can't do Trump. I can't. I can do Alex Jones, do Bill Clinton. I can do Obama. I can't do Trump. I don't know why. He's supposed to be easy. I can't do him. I just can't. So let's move on. All right, Les Wexner. Continuing on this Epstein deep dive. Les Wexner testified the other day. Remember how Les Wexner called out, how Thomas Massey dropped Les Wexner, Ro Khanna dropped Les Wexner as if they had something big, when literally everybody has known Les Wexner was public friend of Epstein's, number one. He bankrolled Epstein. He gave Epstein his $90 million home in New York. I'd say that's bosom buddies right there. These rich guys don't like to give up their assets. Almost $100 million home. What's it worth now? That was before the boom. Although Mamdani's probably killing that right now. But Wexner, we all knew. Wexner is such a small deal that the Republicans didn't even show up to this deposition. Only the Democrats did, and they had it at Wexner's home state of Ohio. They had to fly out there. Listen to this exchange with him and Jasmine Crockett as she tries to get him to implicate Trump. And this is just, I screwed that up. This is just how you know they are struggling, the fact that they can't catch Trump.
Okay. Did you ever see or become aware of President Trump having a sexual relationship with a person who was introduced to him by Epstein or Maxwell?
No.
Has Donald Trump ever discussed Jeffrey Epstein with you?
Nope.
Did Jeffrey Epstein ever discuss Donald Trump with you?
I would describe it, he would name drop it. So he would say things like, I know President Clinton, or I know the Pope, or I know God, or I know you. There was that kind of name dropping, but never, I can't remember a specific place, but Jeffrey dropped a lot of names.
Okay. So to clarify, you believe he's specifically dropped Donald Trump's name?
No, I'm saying it could have, and I don't remember.
Okay. Did Epstein ever share any information with you about Donald Trump's sexual activities?
No,
Do you have a relationship with Donald Trump?
no.
But you've met him before.
He introduced himself to me at the fashion show a couple of times,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say. "Hello, how
Wexner,
are
you can tell, real riveting guy, real riveting guy. This is on friendly fire here, okay? Like, the Democrats are on his side. He used to be a Republican. He bailed on the Republicans because of Trump. He hates Trump. This was a chance to stick it to him. Nope, nothing. And Jasmine Crockett, who basically asked the same question 3 times, couldn't get him to say anything. This, again, he hates Donald Trump. It's not hard. It shouldn't be hard to get that out of him. But I mean, that's all they cared about. That's the entire reason the Democrats showed up. They don't care about Wexner. They don't care about him. They don't care about Prince Andrew. They are scrambling because these files have dropped and it's all Democrats. And they're like, what do we do now? They don't know what to do. And by the way, Wexner, this is the one like crazy part of the testimony. Watch this. If you're wondering if you can trust these people, watch how this goes down.
I didn't have the idea to inventory furniture or valuables. And it's like, how could you have all silverware in your house and what? And I didn't count forks and spoons. And it's like, Jeff said people could be walking out with forks and spoons. I said, gee, that's a good idea. We ought to have an inventory. But then there was I hired a lady to be like the house manager who had run the U.S. Embassy in Rome. And she said, yeah, I know how to do this. And I said, well, why don't we keep inventories of stuff? And she said, well, yeah, I could do that. So she did that as kind of a puny example, but I wouldn't have had the idea. But then all the things were inventoried. That wasn't work for me or Jeffrey. It was just regularly done.
Answer the question.
Okay.
You guys,
A discrete question on a different topic.
did you guys hear that? I had to put my headphones on because it's quiet. Did you hear what he said? What his lawyer just said to him? He whispered in his ear, "I'll effing kill you if you say more than 5 words on the next answer." To which Wexner kind of short and then he kind of giggles. What the heck, man? So remember my freaking mouse. Remember Kanye getting handled at his depositions? This guy's a handler, man. He wasn't saying anything, but he was kind of mumbling along. And that lawyer got freaked out that he was going to stumble. This is an 85-year-old man, Les Wexner. It could be easy for him to screw up and say something he shouldn't. Again, he's in friendly territory. All Democrats. No Republicans showed up, which is pretty weak, I got to say. I mean, listen, even if you don't think you'll get anything out of it, show up to push this. He's an old man. You might be able to rattle him, get some out of it. Again, if anybody's mad at what's going on in our government and things aren't moving fast enough for you, it's Congress's fault, not Trump's. This is just another example of it. But still, friendly fire. His lawyer freaking out. More than 5 words, I'll effing kill you. This is the kind of stuff that tells you all you need to know. Here, he drops the Rothschilds. I'm not going to play it because, let's all be honest, Les Wexner's voice is about as exciting as watching paint dry. He drops the Rothschilds. Says Epstein did personal work for the Rothschild family in France in response to how he came to hire him. In the recent Epstein files, Epstein told Peter Thiel he represented the Rothschild family. City of London. There it is. Again, people are right now, this tells you how afraid they are. The new psyop on Epstein, it's not that new, but the last couple of weeks, is that Epstein was a Russian agent. This is what's going through the newspapers, is what mainstream media is pushing, when he's so clearly City of London, and through their deep state ops, which happen to use Mossad at times. So yes, he has Israel ties as well. But guys, as you know, by watching this channel, I've done my best to educate you all. Israel is not Israel. Israel is a puppet who gets used by whoever is in charge of them at the moment. And those deep state ties, those cabal ties, the intelligence ties go to City of London. That's who started them in the first place. It's always been their puppet in the Middle East, which Trump is trying to free them of. Which is why Trump doesn't play the Israel game the same as everybody else. People are like, Mamiga, make Israel great again. Trump's a Zionist. He sold out. That's so stupid. So stupid. If Trump was MAGA, Israel would still be razing Gaza to the ground to take it over. That's what Trump would have done, because that's what Netanyahu wanted. If Trump was MAGA, we'd be in war with Iran starting last year when Israel was ready to go boots on the ground. Trump called him out in public, said, nobody knows what they're effing doing. Remember that? The F-bomb on the lawn of the White House. Nobody knows what they're effing doing. Ended that whole thing in 12 days. The MAGA tards are the Groyper types. It's all part of the PSYOP. It's all part of the PSYOP. But again, Rothschilds. Remember that name, as it's important. Here's more. Epstein emailing Ariane de Rothschild coming out. I have your serial, can talk around 2200. Serial at 10 p.m. Mario Nawfal, if you believe serial means serial, I have an island to send you. Can you imagine? Like, we just saw Prince Andrew go down. We just saw British royalty go down. Can you imagine if we start seeing the Rothschilds go down? Whew. This gets me excited. This stuff gets me really excited. Linda Rothschild must be freaking out, knowing something's coming, because she's going off for the last 24 hours. Here's her responding to Dan Scavino. So sad this idiot Trump is given the honor of nations when he so demeans our great nation by this very character. I should say lack of character. He demeans it by his very presence in these honored places. He's the biggest disgrace in the history of presidents. You scared there? You scared, Lynn? It's a pretty big thing to say about an American president. Trump's old, pathetic, insult to dignified old people everywhere. When will he be gone and disgraced for all to see? No one will cry for his demise. We'll celebrate. And decency is restored to our great USA. Oh, yeah, okay. Decency restored. Why do this? Okay. This is actually going back. So you guys thought this was new? Look at this. 2017. What happened in 2017? Trump had just been in for a year. This is what? The week Q started posting? How funny is that? Q started posting this week, and the Rothschilds start losing it. I mean, listen, people, when you actually start putting the pieces together, when you follow the trail, or like Liz Crokin wrote here, follow the white rabbit, when you follow it, when you actually see how impossible it is for it to be coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, as Q would always write, how many until they're mathematically impossible? It is mathematically impossible. It's not even close to possible. These people are terrified of Trump. And there's only one reason for it. He's the enemy of them, not of the people. I hate having to say it over and over again, but again, we are currently under the greatest psyop that I've ever seen. And I'm even talking COVID. COVID obviously was greater in some respects to the general public, but this is the greatest psyop that's ever been perpetrated on the people on the right side of things, on MAGA. The people who have been so on top of it, the people who supported this man, gotten him in there, who knew what we voted him in for, and they are trying to destroy us from within. They have unleashed the inside assets, and that's why we're seeing so many on the right being deployed right now. It went on a little bit. I saw it a little bit last summer. We started getting a little bit of the rumblings. We started seeing a little bit of them coming out. Nick Fuentes, one of the first ones. But he was always, rebel on his own. The first big one was Candace. When Candace started going after the Charlie Kirk stuff, it started becoming very clear that they were deploying assets. It's time. It's time to wear down MAGA. And now it's getting more and more obvious, as I've been talking about a lot. The Thomas Massey thing is huge. So many are still duped by that man. I can't believe it. It's so easy to debunk him. As I just did my video the other night, he just debunked himself. And idiots are like, oh, look at him. He's right. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. But it's not hard. Thomas Massey, total asset. He's completely controlled by the deep state. It's not hard to see if you're looking in the right places. More's coming out today. Somebody found documents of Epstein and Joshua Fink, showing it, and as Hans reports here, maybe the clearest documented example we have of Epstein directly exerting leverage over elites through sexual entanglements. So there we're getting some, finally, we're getting some real blackmail stuff. I'm not going to go into it, but again, we're seeing this. It's still coming. More and more keeps coming out. 3.5 million documents just keep coming out. Okay. And then there's this. Michael Wolff, the guy that Epstein was talking to, the guy that Steve Bannon, sorry if you like War Room, but it's been, the Bannon stuff is so damning. It's bad. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my videos for the last 2 weeks. The Steve Bannon stuff is insane. He's being outed. And his response was so pathetic. I can't help but think. I've been trying to give him some grace. Give us something, Steve. What he gave us was so pathetic. I just can't go there. But he was leaking to Michael Wolff in 2017, which is why Trump fired him. Epstein coordinated with Michael Wolff to get Trump out. Steve Bannon leaking to Michael Wolff, gets fired for it, to try to tear Trump down. And here's Michael Wolff talking about the Epstein files release.
Is it possible that the release of the Epstein files turns out to be good for Trump?
Yeah, I think already it has.
Is it possible?
Already it has. Even Michael Wolff, the Trump hater, the Epstein buddy, the coordinator trying to take down Trump, even he's out there saying, this is good for Trump. I mean, I don't know what else you need, people. I don't know what else you need if he's saying it. And then we have Praying Medic tonight posted this morning. Woke up from a dream last night. Pedophiles, their financiers, associates being arrested. Process was complex and took a long time. I can't tell you if he knew right when he woke up that Prince Andrew had been arrested or not, or if he saw that later, but wild. Absolutely wild. And listen, I talk to you guys about this a lot. There's a lot of prophetic people out there. Most of them are frauds. They're either frauds or they are just spouting bad stuff and they don't even know it. Maybe they're just have bad theology or bad. I'm not going to call them personally frauds, but they're just not good people to listen to. Medic, one of the few I trust. He's the one who, God brought me Medic to, the Q stuff. I don't know if I've ever told you guys the story of how I found in the Q stuff, but a girl I knew who went to my church wrote me and said, hey, would you look into this for me? This Q stuff. This was in 2018. I said, okay. And she was like, this weird stuff about behind the scenes, what's going on with the Trump administration. I said, yeah, I'll look into it. So I looked into it, totally random. She never said anything to me before. This was over a Facebook message. I never talked to her again one-on-one, only in group settings at church. I barely had any interactions with this girl. She's a woman, not a girl, but so I looked into it, and praying medic who had read his books on healing and stuff and listened to him, and my friend was a huge fan of his. Medic, his theology stuff was so good. I loved him. And I saw he was doing Q videos, and I was like, what? And I knew God used that. God used that because I knew I could trust Medic. Dave Hayes is his real name. So I started listening to his videos, and then I've read his books on the Q stuff and all that. And it's like, it's so obvious that there's something there, real. And so again, I've trusted this man this whole time. He's unbelievable. And so now, guys, we're seeing a lot starting to happen. It's starting to ramp up. As Q always said, the first arrest will shock the world. That's one of the things that's always getting posted around. Well, I don't know if Prince Andrew is technically the first arrest, okay? Epstein was arrested, Ghislaine was arrested, but Ghislaine wasn't that big a deal. Epstein wasn't, except for those who knew. So I can't say 100% this is it. But I can tell you this. Prince Andrew is the first one Trump named back when he was talking about Epstein before he was president. What a creep he was. Prince Andrew, royalty, royal family. Nobody touches the royals. You can't touch them. Busted. First time in centuries, a royal family member busted. Andrew's the one he was deep, had his title taken away from him because of what he did. And then everybody thought that was going to be the end of it. Today, arrested. Some might say it's not that big a deal because we already knew. And fine, okay. I'll tell you this. It was never going to be Obama. It was never going to be the first arrest. It was never going to be Bill Clinton. Because it's not about just America. This is bigger than us. And it's about where this all started. The deep state, where it started, where the cabal started. It's City of London, guys. That's where it's based. The EU, hidden in the EU, is the remains of the old British Empire, and they are the ones who run the cabal. Because it goes back far further back than America. Why do you think they hate America so much? Because we were the ones who broke free in 1776. We're the ones who changed the world, started changing the world out of their grip. And they've wanted us back ever since. But they've been getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And then they started making moves to come back. They infiltrated us for decades. Using communists, using socialists, using hedonism, humanism, whatever it was, just planting it, the uniparty. But they never planned for the internet and how it could dispense information. They never thought they could lose. They thought they were getting it back. And Trump broke that cycle. And now it's fallen apart on him. Prince Andrew, from that perspective, is a much bigger deal because we just showed the world that the royal family is not untouchable. And that, my friends, worldwide is a bigger deal than one of our former presidents. It just is. And so that's why I think this really could be the beginning of something. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, let me catch up for a minute in the chat before we go on. I got more I want to share with you guys. But, Cassink writes, Andrew is charged with something to do with sharing documents, not about being with underage girls. Listen, man, that's a cover. That's a cover. There's just no way they would ever bust a royal family member for that. Now, that's a cover. Andrew has been on the outs, and what they were looking for is a more honorable thing to charge him with, because they don't want to charge him for being a pedophile. That's too much dishonor on the name. Too much dishonor in the name. One Crypto World with the $10 donation. Thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. He says, last night's membership live was fire. You're getting that revelation knowledge. Thank you, brother. Man, that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That is That's a beautiful thing. And I really appreciate your support, man, on the super chat. Oh man, lots of stuff tonight. I'm not going to be able to get to it all, but let me try to pick out a couple here. By the way, if you're enjoying the show, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're new. Love to have you be a part of this show and this community. It's the best community on the internet. No doubts about it. We have built something here. It's small, but it's beautiful, and you're always welcome in. All right, I will be getting to another segment in just a second, but Mishler says, I'm excited. You're excited. Absolutely, brother. Lochtefeld says, who gives a crap what the elites say about Trump? Well, it's not that I care what they think. It's that it's a signal when they reveal themselves. Okay. Aceto says, are we heading to some kind of revolt? I've seen too much eat the rich propaganda. Hate is spilling on the internet and on the streets. No, the revolt that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. The revolt that you're seeing is a psyop. It is. It's the left. It's people on the left trying to convince us all that people are running to the streets, but they're all controlled or paid. And there's not that many of them. Do you notice how once Minnesota rose up, how quickly it died down once they started tamping it down? They don't have the resources they used to have because Trump cut off USAID, and Bessent has been tracking down all the money. That's why the No Kings rallies never became what they were going to become. That's why we didn't have Summer of Love 2.0 last year. So no, it's not going to spill out in the streets. And what's going on online is a psyop to make you think, to discourage you. The American people are getting to a point where we're actually starting to see stuff come back to us. Our money is getting better thanks to the tax cuts and deregulation, and energy prices going down. Prices are getting cheaper, especially compared to wages. Wages are going up. It's slow, but it's happening. The tariffs are a game changer. By the end of this year, I believe the economy will be full on booming. And next year is going to be awesome. So that'll start getting to the people, which will really tamp down this eat the rich thing for the people who are getting sucked into it. But it's a psyop, and it's trying to discourage you that there's no hope and that things are about to spill over. But it's not real. So let's see here. Lochtefeld says Bannon's toasted. He done. I don't see how he comes back from this. The only way Steve Bannon comes back to how far he's fallen in the last few weeks, the only way is if it comes out, say he drops this documentary he keeps telling us he has, which I don't actually think we're going to see it, but say he does drop it, and it's mind-blowing, and it is just the thing that changes the game. Like, it is so much more insight into Epstein that it just blows things up, and it's got evidence that can actually lead to indictments. It's just mind-blowing. And Steve comes out and is like, guys, I was working behind the scenes the whole time. It's gonna take something like that. That's the only way Bannon can come back from the hole he's in right now. Otherwise, he's gonna lose it. I mean, again, his response to it was so pathetic. I just don't see how he does that. What's up, Christina Abbott? Good to see you. Let's see here. $7 from Christina Abbott. Thank you, Christina. You're so nice. One of my best supporters, Christina Abbott, $7 donation. Thank you, Christina. And guys, if anybody else wants to support the channel, just go in the description, click that link to Patreon. It's a month you get free to try it out. In that month, you'll get access to the members' lives and the Discord 24/7. A lot of value. And after that month, if you want to stay around, it's only $5 a month. And that way you can support the channel. Thank you so much. Aceto says, oh yeah, man, Minnesota's a perfect example. Yeah, exactly. And it died down. Q Alerts, brother, with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, buddy. You're the best. And I really appreciate you, man, and the way you've been broadcasting my show to your audience as well. People don't know, not everybody knows this, but Toe Cramp / Q Alerts over here, he started the Q Alerts app, which was a huge deal. So just awesome guy. All right. He's been there since the beginning. All right. I got a couple things I want to show you guys here. Do you know 70 Canadians? I do know a lot of Canadians in this chat, actually. I love having my Canadians. Okay. Just going to call out some of the frauds tonight because they are really ramping it up. So right now, the big thing is Iran. And everybody's trying to freak out over Iran. Trump's a warmonger. He lied to us. Oh my God, I can't believe it. We have all the libertards like the Dave Smiths of the world pushing all this nonsense. The Massey heads, the massholes, who most of his followers are fake. If you're on X, every time you see somebody going off about Massey in the comments, it's usually somebody from a foreign nation. Barnes is one of these. He's just freaking out about it and trying to scare everybody. And this is what he said, which, by the way, I'll just tell you right now, this is a complete fabrication. This is an absolute lie. But Barnes tweeted out today, or yesterday, my bad. FYI, the White House expects 10,000 American soldier casualties, and they do indeed plan to put boots on the ground in Iran. My friends, that is a complete lie. If Trump was expecting, first of all, can you name how many soldiers have died on Trump's watch as commander-in-chief? I don't think anybody can. The number is super small. And the reason there's only any deaths at all is because when he came in 2017, we still had troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's the only reason there's a couple deaths. It's like it's almost been flawless his entire time in office. We just don't lose soldiers on Trump's watch. Venezuela, Iran, done. No casualties. Massive operations. Donald Trump has been president for 5 years total. He hates loss of life. He doesn't even like to kill the enemy that much, except for in circumstances where he absolutely believes there'll be almost no civilian casualties. He's the most careful president who's lived in the modern times. He values life. So for Barnes to throw this nonsense out there that they're expecting 10,000 American soldier casualties. Oh, and boots on the ground. By the way, can you name me one instance where Trump's put boots on the ground? Nope. I'm not talking a special operation. I'm talking about occupation, taking land. That doesn't happen under Trump. So we're supposed to believe this bald, fat retard, I'm sorry, that's what he is, when he says this crap? No. By the way, I challenged Barnes on this, and I was polite. I challenged him on this because I used to like Robert Barnes. I tried asking him some questions a few weeks ago, and he blocked me. You know why? Because my questions were unanswerable for him, because he was lying. Robert Barnes is a fraud, an absolute fraud. And we're seeing all these guys come out. Emerald Robinson. I hate to say it, but there's probably some Emerald Robinson fans watching right now. And I got to tell you, I was duped by her before too. Okay? But you know what started telling me that Emerald Robinson ain't all that? It's last year when leading up to the election, all she did was keep posting about how Trump was going to lose. So they were going to steal it because Trump wasn't listening to us. Trump wasn't taking it seriously, the election fraud. These are the kind of nonsense she was spouting out there. Because all these influencer types, they got their secret people who know stuff. And these secret people who we'll never name because they're anonymous peoples because they got to be safe. But guess what? They know stuff and they're trying to tell Trump the real stuff, but he's listening to his dumb aides. Why? Because we can't actually say Trump's bad because we'll lose our audience. So we always got to say Trump's just a big dummy listening to big dumb aides. That's one of the psyops. That's what we're hearing from Bannon, Rich Barris, Viva Frey, Barnes, Alex Jones. It just keeps going. it's always the aides, because they can't lose their audience. They got to pretend they still love Trump, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them. They're just coming out. And again, what's the rule? I always told you guys, how do I get things right politically 96.7% of the time? How do I do it? How do I make these predictions? It's easy. And I've told you guys, I've taught you, trust Donald Trump. That's the only way, because he's the only one actually doing it, actually leading. So let's take a little glance. This is an excellent video put together, just reminding us where Emerald Robinson comes from. And I've got to tell you guys, it doesn't breed a lot of confidence.
That's right. Eyebrow is seamless and it magically conforms to your body without all those hooks, the straps, the padding, the awful underwire. Now let's take a look at the back. But what I really want to show you is just exactly how light the eyebrow is. Now, here's a conventional bra. It has underwire, it has padding, it has straps, it has buckles, it has bells, it has, you name it, it has it. Now that's a complicated bra.
Real classy.
He's out of rehab. Glee
Real
returns
classy.
to TV, and the latest on Zsa Zsa Gabor's health. I'm Emerald Robinson. All that and more coming up on Celebrity Buzz. Welcome to the video newsletter of Ortiz and Associates. Now we know your time is valuable, so we'll get right down to business. Could you use an extra $50 or more? Here's what's going on in science news this week. Researchers have determined that fibromyalgia is a real disease.
All right, I'm not going to make you
But
guys
really
watch the
interesting
whole
and
thing,
promising this week
okay?
is the development of
I'm
a
not gonna
tiny
make
heart
you watch the
monitor,
whole
no
thing.
buzz.
You
The
get
DC
idea,
hotspots,
okay?
we're here
I'll
at the
just leave her playing in the background. You get the idea. She has just, I mean, good for her. She hustled. Okay, she hustled, but she found her niche, and her niche was, I'm the MAGA insider. I know all. She was writing gossip columns, man. This is not a serious journalist. And like, she found a good thing. She duped me. Again, I'm not going to harp on her too much, but I wanted to show you guys. And then I had to bring up, let me go show you guys. I had to show you a couple other things here. Owen Schreier. Look at this guy. Look what he's saying now. I'm not going to play this nonsense. Owen left InfoWars, grew his hair out. Looking good. I mean, it's a decent look for you, Owen. But now we're done. Many longtime supporters will no longer vote if the Republican Party does not drastically change direction. He's trying to say Trump. But again, you see how they can't say Trump? They can't say it. That's what they mean, though. They're trying to kill the midterms, because killing the midterms is the one hope they see at slowing Trump down. And maybe, just maybe, they'll get an impeachment through. And I mean through, because the House will impeach him. It will never pass through the Senate. You need 66 votes. Good luck. That's not happening. So they're not going to be able to stop Trump, but they're going to really try to slow him down. They're hoping against hope that maybe they could get him. Maybe. But they can't say Trump's name because they need an audience. But they are trying to cost us the midterms. This is all assets deployed. All assets deployed. Got to take him down. Alex Jones today. I got Alex over here. Hold on a second. Where is it? Where is it, Alex? I got too much stuff. X. I should have had this ready, but I wasn't going to do it, but now I feel like I need to. Well, maybe I did. Maybe I don't have it ready. My bad, guys. All right, well, I'll skip Alex for now. Alex today has people on. This glyphosate thing happens. Trump signs an executive order saying, for glyphosate, which is Roundup, poison, saying if the government asks for something to be done, basically, or if you have a government contract and the government's pushing you to do something with agriculture, that you cannot be sued for using glyphosate. So he gave immunity to these companies. Why? Because we're phasing it out over time, but we can't get rid of it immediately. Because if we did, we don't have the alternative yet. Because even though glyphosate is a poison, it also poisons bugs, which allows for more crops. Don't eat stuff with glyphosate on it, folks. I'm telling you, it's horrible. It's evil. Monsanto is a disgusting company. But again, everybody, the purists who come in and say, we got to do everything all at once, don't understand that would topple everything, lead to massive death and unrest, and it wouldn't allow Trump to fulfill. This is why everything's done by process. This is why people lose patience, because they don't understand. In order to do things right, in order to make it last, you got to do process. People don't like process. They thought Trump would come in and just blow it all up, but they didn't realize that meant deaths and destruction and probably losing long term. Trump's doing everything smart. So Alex Jones today has people come on and says, this is a betrayal of the people. Oh my God. And he has all his guests on. He has Robert Barnes and other tards out there. And it's just, oh my God, he's betrayed us. He's letting Roundup. He's complete immunity for Roundup everywhere. Complete, utter lie. So it continues. And the last few videos I've done a lot of exposure on the influencers. So right now I'm not going deep dive into this stuff. But again, I'm going to show every day just a little bit what's going on out there. So you guys, it stays in front of you and you see what I see. Because when I say these names and I say they're false and people are like, why are you saying that? They think I'm trying to just prop up my platform, just trying to make a name for myself. No, I'm not. If I was trying to do that, guys, I would be a fraud like they are. I would be saying what gets me paid. I would be saying what the algorithms want me to say, but I won't do that. I'm always going to tell the truth as I see it. And I'm always going to bring receipts. Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to show you the reasons why I believe what I believe. That is my promise to my audience. And those of you who've been watching me for 3 years, who've been here this entire time, who support me as members, they know it. And if you're new here tonight, guys, that's my promise to you. If you subscribe tonight and you watch this channel, you will always get truth with receipts. Always. That's what I do. And it's why I'm not growing exponentially, because that's not what people want to hear sometimes. They want to be lied to, or they want it to be exciting. Sometimes it just is what it is. But I'll always break this stuff down. Now, let's have a little fun. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. By the way, again, just if you guys got anything, hit it up in the chat. I love seeing stuff in the chat. And I always do my best to answer you guys as things come up. Okay, let's get to the aliens. Are you guys ready for some aliens? We'll finish with the aliens tonight, because this is a big deal. So Obama, in an interview the other day, kind of dropped this hint that there were files that proved aliens, to which Trump responded with this today.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to, so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know illegal aliens are real.
That's the best. Yeah. I love how Trump framed it. He wouldn't give much on it, but he left it open, but he also called Obama out, which is interesting. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have given up classified information. Another avenue to possibly go after Obama later. I love that. And then Trump dropped this bomb tonight. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I'll be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and any and other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. Oh man, are you guys ready? Because this is going to cause a firestorm of interest. And don't be shocked if they drop it at a time when they're doing something else big behind the scenes, just like right now with what's actually probably going on in Iran and behind the scenes with all the Epstein stuff with the elections. You notice everybody's talking about Epstein and not about how Trump is having these places in Georgia and Arizona raided to get their files to prove elections are bad. John Solomon's out there reporting that they're about to drop a nuke on elections, showing what happened, the fraud. Trump today coming out and saying the SAVE Act's going to pass no matter what. I will get it through one way or the other. Wild stuff. And then the alien bag got opened up. So this is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a bunch of files that show the possibility with nothing legit, but still like what the government studied or weird stuff it's found. It's just going to lead to a whole bunch more speculation. Or it's going to show that the whole idea of aliens is fraudulent and it's going to take away the power that some of these people wield in this kind of distraction stuff, like what Obama was doing. And then the third option is we actually get deep details on real aliens and what they really are, which is demons. They are aliens, but not from other worlds, not from other planets, but from another dimension. They are demons. And that'll be the final and possible release we get. But one way or the other, all of this is going to be something they can actually use for momentum going forward. And people are going to love Trump for it. They're going to love him for it. This is going to feed a crowd that's very interested in it, who happen to mostly be his voters. So it's going to be huge and very exciting. I am stoked about this. I really am. I cannot wait to see what comes about from this. So the other thing, like I said, so unfortunately, guys, that's all I got on aliens. It's really not that much, but the files are coming, which is really exciting. And Nick Major says, ready for some aliens. Yeah, I wish I had more. But when those files come out, you better believe it. We'll cover them. We'll cover them. Here's where Trump said we're going to have the Save America Act one way or the other after approval by Congress through the proper use of the filibuster, or at minimum by a talking filibuster a la Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Save America Act, all voters must show ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots, with very few exceptions. This, again, will shore up our elections 95%, which means they won't have enough to be able to do it. Lockfeld says, Roddy Piper starred in the greatest alien movie ever, They Live. Oh, yeah, They Live is great. Classic. Absolute classic. I was going to go through this. I don't have time because I do have something I got to go do, but in the next 10 minutes or so. But Trump today, this was also huge. I tell you, so much happened today. We got freaking aliens. We got the first arrest. We got Les Wexner. We got the frauds coming out. We got, and then we had our very first Board of Peace meeting, which is the replacement to the UN. I'm telling you, this will be the replacement to the UN over time. Trump is slowly dissolving the UN, destroying it. And now this is what matters, where he is the leader of all these nations that have come together. Most of them not very favored at the UN. They had the first meeting today. I was going to share some fun moments. I just don't have enough time, unfortunately. But Trump just had a lot of fun. Well, I guess I could play this one. He calls out Rubio here.
Marco does it with a velvet glove, but it's a kill, right? The result is the same. They do it very differently. And Marco, you really did yourself proud 2 days ago in Munich. In fact, so proud that I almost terminated his employee because they were saying, why can't Trump do this? I do, but I say it differently. But Marco, don't do any better than you did, please. Because if you do, you're out of here. But no, I want my guys to do great. And the acclaim he's gotten and the acclaim JD gets is great. We have smart people.
They all love each other. I didn't know this. I heard this today, but Rubio apparently made a pledge to Vance that he won't run against him because they're best friends. They're going to run together. And we're going to get another 8 years of MAGA. These are the guys. And you can just tell how much they love each other. We had J.D. Vance calling out AOC today.
President, very much for your leadership, but also for the kind words about me personally. I knew exactly what I wanted to say, but then after the president said that I was so smart and that I didn't want to repeat our congresswoman who froze for 20 seconds over in Munich, now I'm tempted, sir, just to freeze for 20 seconds and just stare at the cameras, and maybe they'll say nice things about me like they do about Congresswoman Cortez. But I have 3 very brief messages.
I love these guys so much. And Trump calling out AOC here. Okay, I'm just going through these clips. They're all short. This is the best. This is the best. Remember the AOC clip I played you guys 2 nights ago? Well, this is Trump's response to it.
Mr. President, you took a kind of a little bit of a swipe at AOC today, and I was just wondering...
Well, her performance was horrible. I was surprised, actually. I didn't know she was stupid.
So how would you have answered the question that she was asked about whether the U.S. should support Taiwan if they're ever attacked by China?
Well, I would have just said, it's none of your business right now, because I wouldn't answer that question anyway. I wouldn't respond to a question like that. That's war. When it comes to war, you don't talk about your strategy. She could have done that very easily. She had no idea. I don't think she knew what Taiwan was. That was the problem. But you don't talk about military strategy. She could have taken an easy pass on that one. That was not a good answer. Could be death-defying. Because I
Didn't know she was stupid.
Every campaign for the next 30 years against her.
So good, man. We don't deserve them, folks. We don't deserve them. So, what's this, Miss Maha? How about they stop unaliving innocent people? Who's being unalived? Do you have who are you asking about? 4 more years of Trump, says Tammy. Amen. Christina says, I watched Les Wexner's hearing. He honestly didn't look like he was lying. There's a good chance the girl lie was set up. Otherwise, Christina, he's 85. He can come across as an innocent old man. He's been doing this a long time. The way he bankrolled Epstein, it's pretty impossible to believe he was fine. So, okay, last thing I want to show you guys today, and then we're going to get out of here. But this is very interesting. So the Supreme Court, we might get the tariff decision tomorrow, okay? But the Supreme Court has now, the day after Andrew's down, Supreme Court's going to do 3 opinion days now. They've loaded it up. So we have tomorrow, and then next week we got 2 more. Historically, the court does not cluster 3 opinion days in a single week outside of late June, and that is absolutely true. End of term behavior. 24 hours after news broke of Prince Andrew's arrest, United States Supreme Court announced 3 opinion release days, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesday is State of the Union. What are they going to release that day? Something big is coming. So I have a feeling we're going to get the tariff decision between now and next week, which is huge. It also means that we were going to have, if they were pushing it to June, I'm telling you, it was 99% they'd uphold it. This tells me they're either rushing to get it cut off before we take any more money because it's getting too big to unwind, or they're pushing out there ready just to get it over with. So we're going to see. This did make me a little less 100. I was almost 100% certain they're upholding it. This is interesting because also the fact they're doing it on State of the Union Day, which I got to say, it could also be that they're going to uphold it so he can talk about it at the State of the Union. Very interesting. So, Alan, brother, we've missed you. Maha says, any war kills people. What war are we in? William Collins, what's going on? Anyways, we're going to be watching out for this. So look out for tomorrow. Something big could be going on. Next week, Tuesday night, we will be watching the State of the Union right here on this channel live. I will be hosting it. So I look forward to seeing you guys all here. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications for my videos. And listen, guys, we're winning. Things are happening. The arrests have started. It's accelerating. This Supreme Court thing proves it as well. Justice is coming. And there's going to be bumps along the way because they are not dead. They are fighting back. But it's happening. We are moving forward. And the PSYOPs prove it, that they are terrified. So on that note, my call tonight, please hit that like, subscribe. We're going to end in a prayer here. That's what we do here every night. if you're new. So I hope you stick around as I close us in a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. God bless everybody watching. I pray you'd be with them, Lord. Watch over them and just let them feel your presence, God, so they always know they're not alone and they can see your lens of seeing things, which is always hopeful. Father, bless President Trump. Give him, Lord, wisdom and protect him. And that goes for the entire administration, everybody working on the side of good. We pray for our country, Lord, that we'd get more justice, peace, and prosperity in America than ever before. We truly see a golden age. And Father, help everybody see through the psyops. Help everybody know that dooming is never from you, God. Going back to the Old Testament, going back to Moses, when the Israelites complained, it made them lose out on the promised land. The spies came back with bad reports. 2 of the 12 came back with good ones, and they trusted the other 10. Sometimes the majority is not the correct report. So, Father, help us all see through it. Help us see what you're doing in amidst all of this, Lord, and help us trust the right people. God bless us all. Thank you, Lord, for all you're doing. Thank you for the miracle that we're even here at all, fighting for a better future, because it was this close to being taken from us. We love you and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys, love you so much. I'll be off the next couple days unless something major comes up and I have to do an emergency live. So love you guys. Alan, your MRI? All right, brother, we'll be praying for you. Please keep in touch with us. Let us know how it's going. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe on the way out, and think about supporting the channel with that link in the description if you want more. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless. Good night.